Good morning. It is 7:07 a.m. on Friday, August 17th, 2018. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. So I got all like constructive and productive and whatever yesterday. I found myself on the way home from work in a very rare mood for me, which was feeling like maybe getting some exercise wouldn't be terrible. And so it's like, okay, what I tried doing, and this was not like an extremely strenuous workout or anything, but I do have an Audible subscription and received an email recently that one of the things that I could get free with Audible was access to these audio workout plans. And that actually had some appeal. There are these little playlist workouts that are just designed to be coaching plus music to go in the background, and it's like, sure, for free, I'll try that. Yeah. And sure enough, it's just like a title that you would get from Audible otherwise. And tried it and did the first one, which was only, it was not a long thing. I think it was like 25 minutes or so. But it was just the start of a, beginner walk to run 1 mile sort of program with 20 different workouts as part of the whole list. And, I did the first one. Now, I will give myself a little bit of extra credit because it was definitely still hot and muggy outside. So going out and doing any kind of physical exertion outside in those conditions, just gonna say to myself, like, I think I'm pretty impressed with that. So, I'm pleased with that. And then when I came back in, I, took a shower, and then I spent the rest of the evening working on some of the non-writing parts of preparing a creative project. I guess I don't know what they that I have to keep it a secret or anything. It's basically trying to play around with the formatting for the ebook version of Phyllis Esposito, Interdimensional Private Eye. And so made some serious headway there on a piece of that I'd been kind of putting off because it was outside my comfort zone in the sense of having not done it before, but playing around with it a little bit. I wouldn't say that it's done, but I did spend some significant time on it, and I feel pretty good about having done that. So I think it was a relatively productive evening in multiple regards. While I was working on the ebook thing, I caught up on the two most recent episodes of a new show called Making It, which is an interesting show because when I had heard that Nick Offerman and Amy Poehler were going to have a new show, I loved them together on Parks and Rec. I kind of thought it was a sitcom, but it turns out that it's actually like a crafting competition, very much in the vein of the Great British Baking Show, in the sense that it's not about typical reality show drama and infighting. It's everyone's very nice to each other, and they're actually go out of their way to show the different competitors being nice and helpful towards each other, and everybody just being very pleasant about it, and that's fun. And I don't know, I've enjoyed the episodes of Great British Baking Show I've watched on Netflix. It's relaxing, and this one is all about just craft making of various types, which is not generally something I'm into per se, but as something to kind of have on in the background is nice. Now, one thing that I am a little bit confused by, and not that this is a big problem or anything, without ever really saying so explicitly, Amy Poehler and Nick Offerman on this show ostensibly are just playing themselves, but they also kind of act like they're supposed to be a married couple. and they're not in real life, so I don't. I'm not sure what to make of that. I mean, it's not explicit, like they don't say specifically, but there are just jokes here and there. Like there's this just little cottage that's on the same grounds as where they film the rest of the show, and they have all these in between segments where Nick and Amy are just sitting out on the porch of that, and then there's just jokes about how the two of them live together in that little tiny house. And there's a couple places where like she calls him sweetie or something like that, and again, it's like it's not a big deal, and maybe I'm reading into it, but I just was kind of picking up on a vibe where they're like pretending for the show that they're married, which is strange. I mean, I guess I maybe get it, except that it would be so easy to realize that that's not true. So I don't know what's up with that. I don't know. It's fine. I'm not really even complaining. I just thought it was strange. Anyway, that show was making it, and it's on Tuesdays, I guess. And I guess that's all I got for today. I've got to get to work. So I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.